Right.
I'm good.
Okay, so last session, the party began at the Caire. You guys had just finished off the cultist, and every cultist that died turned into solid ice, even the ones that the pendant were removed from. So the freezing effect wasn't for the pendant, but more because of the deal that they had made with the person, or not the person, like the devil that you now know that is Levistus, who commands these cultists. After rescuing Speaker Chronox Seaver, he granted you guys a free entrance to the keep, so you can now use it as operation center or just to stay for the night. His home is your home, basically.
Nice.
Also, not chronological. Rourke invited you guys to a have a meal and some drinks because you guys rescued the keep from the cultists. And we'll say the thing with the couple didn't happen because it was just one session and he's no longer here. So
Yeah.
oh, Max, you found a spell book in the library of the keep. Do you
Yeah.
remember what it has?
Let me pull up my notepad. Once I stop destroying all of everything else, God, computer's a mess. I'll get back to you on.
Well, also visiting all the rooms of the keep before leaving. Martok and Brutus entered the speaker's office, which was being used by Kadroth, and there, among some other common documents, you find something that directly connects Avaris to the Arcane Brotherhood. Martok knows a little bit about them, and he shared some notes with the. I don't remember if with only with Brutus or with the whole party.
No, I had a discussion with Rain as well in regards to the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
That.
we just talked about like who they're associated with and or affiliated with and stuff like that.
They're a trading organization that wants to take over political and economical power in regions, specifically the north. And I mean, there is a bunch of
that
evil
being
wizards.
the Centaurim.
Mm.
And after spending the night at the keep, you guys woke up, and before leaving Cardinival, Marta proposed that you guys explored Dinev's Rest, who was told to be haunted. After going in, sorry for that. After going inside, it was no so abandoned because on the basement there was 6 Durgar that attacked you on sight, and after dealing with them, except for one, now there's one Durgar in front of you guys that is have yield and no longer wants to fight. He's got his weapon down and his hands up. Is the map showing all right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You have to pan
Yeah.
down to the right.
No, I see it now. Yeah. I just couldn't remember. I thought we were in the other room. This is where we left off, though.
Outside of the room, because you were waiting for.
I'm gonna zoom in.
Right. Okay.
like if the Durga tried to escape, you're trying to caught it, but it didn't escape. It's now being surrounded by Martok and Brutus and Rain.
All right. Am I free to move?
Yeah. So the Durgar has his hands up and is saying, "Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! I yield."
So what are you guys doing here?
I'll keep my sword pointed at his throat while he's talking.
Give me roll me some intimidation.
Okay. Let me rephrase
16.
it. Hmm.
Okay. By being surrounded by so many of you, he gulps and starts sweating and says, "I'll say anything, but just don't hurt me."
Well, you better spill it then. I mean, we heard that this place was haunted, and now you're down here, and we've had dealings with you guys before. And what are you doing down here?
We were just following orders. We were told to scour the land in search of Chardolin, which is kept in that chest, and he points to the chest on the corner of the room.
Where do you mine it from?
This whole land is tainted with it. You just have to dig underground, and there is crystal, dark crystal.
And I take it you are working for what's it? Thard. Is it Thardgar Sunlight? Is that his name?
Sardarok sunlight.
Mhm.
Sunlight, I mean.
Is he your boss
I'm gonna type it out.
or leader?
Sunlight.
Uh-huh.
Sardarak Sunblight commands all Durgar in Icewind Dale, but he's had two sons, Nildar and Dorth. They command these smaller groups like us.
Is he wearing any? Can I see him? Does he have any on him? Like, is he wearing a pendant or anything?
No, he's just... Well, by what he's told you, he's basically saying that he mines the Chardolin and is collecting it by orders of the Sunblight. But he's not wearing any kind of pendant or anything.
So was that you heard saw in the vision from the seer, Maxi?
What all? I'm still trying to remember the vision and all of that. All I remember is that she mentioned that we were kind of like the catalyst for what was to come, but I don't remember much beyond that.
Weren't the entire region going to fall,
really?
or was it going to burn, or everyone was going to be mind controlled, or something of the fashion?
Just very foreboding things about like we are the harbingers of like the end times, if I recall correctly.
I wasn't with you guys when that happened.
Yeah. So what is the end goal, Durgar? What do you need all this Shardlin for?
Sardarok Sunblade is gonna forge a mighty beast that will make all of Icewind Dale kneel to him because he's the righteous king of this land.
Righteous king. Why would he be the righteous king of the land?
This land is unforgotten. We Dargar are made for this. He will lead us to the greatness.
Well, you sound convinced, and yet here we are.
You mean nothing. Lord Sunblight is gonna take you apart.
We'll see about that. So, what's down the hatch?
What does that mean?
The hole in the ground in the corner.
I think that's a stove.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
think the map is like accurate to.
Yeah, this is a generic map.
Aha! I
So in
thought.
this room, there's only 6 bedrolls. There's a desk with some notes on it. There's also dirty dishes and the chest on the corner. That's it.
Hmm. I don't think we should let this guy go. I think we should leave him to the authorities. Maybe lock him up in the keep.
I agree. He doesn't seem too keen on repenting. He doesn't seem too cooperative either. Neither, I should say.
Hmm. I certainly agree. Well, is there any? Did you hide any treasure in here, or did you find any treasure you left behind?
We were just tasked to gather turtle in. Everything is inside that chest.
Well, why don't you go ahead and open it for us then?
If you allow me to.
Yeah, I prod him to go do it.
He's gonna move to near the chest and open it. Inside of it, you see a pile of dark crystal that you already know as turtlein. It, in this much quantity, you can feel that it emanates some kind of evil energy, like something that makes you feel uneasy. But inside this chest, there's also a war pig that looks kind of darkish, and it is smoking with cold from it. Like cold smoke comes out of it.
Cold?
Yeah, like when you open the freezer,
Yeah.
that's what's coming off of this war pig.
Hmm. I don't think anything good can come from any of this. But I think no doubt others will know of this place. At least we should bring this miscreant to the authorities and the chest
Hmm.
and instruct them never to open it.
Yeah.
There might be a use for this material, but leaving it here, I don't think we can destroy it, and I don't think we're able to leave it here unguarded, so.
Durgar, is there any way we can destroy this Chardlin?
You would need enough heat that comes only from volcanoes. Volcanoes are unknown to this land.
Is that the only? What about magical fire?
Turtlein is not any common ice.
What about the breath of a dragon?
I have met no dragon.
I've heard
How
their
should I know?
breath is hotter than that of a volcano. But
Well, maybe if you find a dragon, you can burn it.
maybe. Alright. I've heard enough from him.
Me as well. Let's tie him up.
They'll come for me, and I'll be free once again. Once this land belongs to Sardarok.
I'm gonna put something in his mouth. keep him shut. Well, if you want to get knocked out, keep it up.
And you successfully managed to tie him up. He doesn't offer any resistance.
Hey Max, what do you make of these notes on the desk?
What do these notes say?
Give me 1 second. The notes have like lines with the word turtling on it, and you can easily guess that is the amount of turtling that they have collected. But
Okay.
within them, you can see a note that looks like a letter that says, "Seems that the cultists are being dealt with. We'll be, we will have more freedom to scour the land to look for turtling."
And then I guess what is it? What they're doing here is like under the books, right? Like this is an illegal activity, or was this just somewhere we raided?
I don't think I get what you're meaning.
We came down here to investigate whatever they were doing here with in regards to like the tartling and such. But I'm just asking if this is an illegal operation or not.
Well, they seem to try to stay hidden. Like that was the goal.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm gonna check this note and just see if I can see any thieves' cant or any hidden messages on, I don't know, maybe anything to do with the rest of their organization where they're getting this tartolene, other than just, I don't know, where they're sending it to, anything.
Were they mining it in here? They were doing that, right? There was like, because they're in the basement.
This looks like more like a center of operations.
Oh, okay.
And from the note, you can just tell that it is unsent. Like that note was meant to be sent somewhere else, but it couldn't be sent.
Okay, and it never got like labeled with where it was going.
No.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'll just tell everybody. It's just like looks like this was just some sort of invoice keeping track of how much they had, and it never got sent.
Well, that's a shame. Well, we might be able to get it out of him later. Before we turn him in. Is there anything else of interest in these rooms? Are we able to scour them for a few minutes before we head out?
Sure, everyone looking for something in the room. Tell me what you're looking for, and along with an investigation check.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, everyone who wants to search
Oh,
the room.
21.
Wow. Nice.
What are you looking for, though?
Well, if Max is looking for symbols, then well, I guess I could just help, or if he wants to, I'll look for what Max is looking, and he can help me.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'm just looking
I
for
don't
any
really
kind
know.
of any marking of secret, anything hidden away.
It doesn't appear to be any secret writings or passages in this room.
Okay.
Can I make a check out in this previous room for I'm looking for notes and information.
This room has these
Okay, it's only
barrels
barrels. Yeah.
blown up,
Okay.
and there's beer and vegetables all scattered around the floor
Okay.
because of the shatter spell from last session.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and take one side of the chest, and someone else kindly pick up the other side, because I don't think I can lift it alone.
Or you just make
This
the
can't help
Dwarga do it.
you
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
Durga can do it. That's smart. I thought we tied his hands though. But yeah, just gagged him.
You have his hands tied?
He can carry the front part, like he can. If they're tied behind his back, he can
Yeah,
grip it that way.
smart. So I can carry it with him. And he can,
Yeah.
So you untie him.
No, he's got them tied behind his back, and he's holding on the chest from behind while walking forward.
Alright, he kind of refuses at first doing so, but seeing you guys all with your weapons and stuff, he will finally do that. And you guys exiting the Dinef's Rest?
Mhm.
Okay. Exiting Dinef's Rest. I guess I'll put you guys to the map. Where are you taking the test with the Durgar to?
Well, I guess just to here.
Yeah, that's what I would say. The keep. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't lock him up at the bar, and I don't know any other place, so the keep makes sense with guards and everything.
After going all around town, some people would peek to see what's going on and murmur stuff, but lock themselves back to their houses. And after reaching the keep's gate, they open the gates to you, but the guards ask, "You got something captive there?"
Yes, we do. We found a couple of Durgas up to no good over in the old, was it a bar?
The
Not sure what it
abandoned
was.
Inn of Rest.
Yeah, Dinuf's Rest. So they were mining the same crystal that was used by the cultists to get corrupted, and we would like for you to lock him up, because he seems like a very dangerous person, and we can't.
Sure, will do. Anything else we can help you with?
Well, there's we have in this chest right here. I don't know if you have any place where you can lock it up safe, where no one can get to it, and far away from people, because it's full of items that might be having an effect on people, and might have an aura that extends a bit. So you might want to lock it up in a basement or cellar or something.
We'll make sure that it's out of reach of people's hands.
Can I go ahead and try to grab the war pick before we turn it over?
Okay, you open the chest, and this same vile aura is still strong. And as you grab the war pick, it feels really cold to your touch.
And
Nothing else happens.
okay.
I'd be careful with handling those.
I'll leave it to the paladin to handle this, and I hand it over to Brutus. You seem capable enough.
All right, thank you. He replies back.
Might be able to find out what kind of item this is, and maybe if it's cursed, purify it, just so we have some proof that we found these evil creatures. And we still have that. What time is it right now?
think it was.
It is still early morning because you guys left first thing in the morning to the night's rest.
Well,
We still have the. You were saying something?
I wasn't.
guess-
No?
Where do we take it from here? Where do we go
Um,
now? I mean, we do have some options here, right?
I'm a little concerned about the tiefling I encountered.
Hmm.
There's a powerful mage out there now somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
But I don't know where the first place to look would be.
It's
I'm. Are we alone?
Yeah, you guys are at the entrance of the keep, and the guards are dealing with the Durgar and with the chest that you hand over.
Okay.
Can you pull
If
up
I
the
had
area
to
map?
guess.
Sorry?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry for
Oh
cutting
yeah,
you off, Ryan.
that'd
Sorry.
be good. Yeah, no, it's
I
fine.
just wanted to pull up the area maps. We can discuss locations.
Oh yeah. Where is it? Here. So current location, Herdineval.
We were told that the wizard's tower that exploded and deposited charred lane all over this region was on top. Well, was on top of a hill across the lake. Yeah, Dinishare. I mean, there are a few towers, there are a few hills over there. But do we have access to this map as well?
Which map?
The one we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I would say because of you guys have been traveling this land for over a year now. Not only you have a good idea of where the towns are located, but also somewhere along the way you've caught a map.
Well, I'm from this region as well.
Yep.
Would this region be known to me? This one right here.
Hold on. Can you ping again?
Across the lake here, there's a suspicious hill. I mean, there's a lot of hills. I mean, you can make me roll for it if I know it or not. I mean, it's fine by me.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a nature check, survival check.
Yeah, they're both shit, so it's both the same. Well, slightly better survival, I guess.
Okay. You come from the Worm Doom Crag. Hold on. Worm Doom Crag. That's the name of your Goliath tribe.
Mhm.
And it is in the spine of the world. So in your travels from the spine of the world to 10 towns, you have crossed that general area.
So would I know if I've seen anything that resembles a crater of a blown up tower?
You've seen caves, rivers, mountains, but no craters or this ruins of any tower.
I guess it's a long trek out in the snow. I'm a little bit familiar
Was-
with this land, but
Wasn't there one over? Yeah, wasn't there one here somewhere?
yeah, this one looks. I mean, from the map, it looks like it's this one, of course, because it's the only one with the rubble around it. But yeah, we wouldn't. I guess we wouldn't know that is this general direction.
Hmm. Well, I was gonna say just about what we've encountered that I think if I had to hazard a guess on what's been happening, I would say that this Sunblight's character has been commissioned by the cult, or is a part of the cult, to mine this material and give it to them. Or perhaps he plans to usurp them in some way, because the Duergar seem to believe that he's the rightful ruler of this land. Maybe there was some accord reached or deal struck between this person and the groups, the cult.
I certainly agree. They seem like they're two different factions, but they're engaging with or they're interacting with the same material. Maybe for different reasons, but maybe they have.
Well, I think that the Duergar is all too easy to give up information. I think a cultist would be more inclined to die for their cause, or at least die before giving anything up. It didn't seem like he was a member of the cult either. He didn't seem particularly allured by the material, nor did he wear any. So it seems like he was quite focused on his task, as were his companions, or accomplices, with securing this material for Sunblight. So it seems somewhere, I wager somewhere out in the wilds, or perhaps the dwarves may know where this Sunblight character is. It's a question of whether we want to pursue him or the tiefling. She certainly seemed like the more dangerous of the two. Although I haven't met the Sunblight individual, I think such a powerful mage, being aligned with cultists and being able to slip away, I think is more dangerous. So it's a question of who do we go. I think one perhaps will lead to the other. No doubt both are menaces that need to be stopped.
I agree. The question is, do we go north or do we go south?
Well, who do you think is north?
I think the information about where this wizard tower exploded, and maybe they have, since it did explode across the lake, I would say that these towns might be the best location for a operation, kind of like the one we just found, and they might have operatives in every single town. Since this is closer to the explosion, there should be more Chardlin in this region. At least that's what I would believe.
I think if that's our lead, then I'm okay with trekking to the wilderness once we're provisioned enough. Do you have an idea where? Like, we have the map, right? So we know.
Well, I'm leaning towards Kerkonig because this is just out of character, just from my standpoint. I'm leaning to Kerkonig because it has. They would have seen or known more of the explosion. I would say because their town is closer to a potential explosion site from that wizard tower where the Chardlin came from, and
so we're just looking for the actual location of it right now, right?
Well, I would just want to know that maybe we gather something more for location. I mean, to me, there would be even more dwarfs close to the actual impact location. But then again, I don't know how this spreads. But the Kerkonig definitely should have more operatives in that town because I don't know if we're going up. I mean, it doesn't make sense to come back to such a small town because the big cities is the obvious targets for gathering and being up to no good. I mean, like East Haven, Bryn Shander, and Targos. And Targos we've already been to. If I were to set up such a big operation, or I wanted to create a beast and collect Chardlin.
Yes, well, certainly going to Carconic before we trek out to the wilderness seems like a reasonable plan.
I do say so, and I hope that we're on the right track of the tiefling. She hasn't gone south. And she was untrackable, right? Her step just disappeared out in the snow, yeah?
It doesn't seem like there were any trace of her, no. I think the cultists went to retrieve her or summon her to us, and then that was before the fighting broke out. And then I suspect she chose that was a good time to slip away. Perhaps she didn't know what we were capable of, although I think she probably would have dealt with us quite easily.
Yeah. What do you say, wizard?
Well, first I must ask the lovely DM. With my artificer's lore, is there any chance I'd know any more specifics on where this tower was?
Give me a history check.
Brilliant. And for history checks related to like magic, alchemy, or tech, I can double my proficiency. Would that apply here?
I wouldn't say this is the magical theme. Is more like a actual historical fact.
Yeah, this says history checks to do with, but yeah, I'll just roll it. 16.
From where you come, which is Targus, which is considerably far from Lancashire,
Hmm.
you have heard stories and tales of this explosion, which again, this happened over 100 years ago.
Hmm.
So probably no one that you know was alive by the time that this occurred.
Okay. More
So
history.
yeah, and what you have heard though is that it comes from Targus's perspective from the east.
Okay. Oh, okay. So the opposite direction of Care Koenig.
Mm-hmm.
Tarkanic
Yeah.
is in the east.
Yeah, but if you make a straight line from Targus, it's actually south of Caer-Dineval and not north.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so what? Past the Shea Garnet River? It's like out east that direction, or am I getting east and west swap?
What is shit?
You
What is
got
shit?
them
No,
swapped.
east is like east is closer to us
Yeah,
than Targus.
I swapped those.
East is to the right.
My survival's a +0. I know north is up. Okay. That would make sense if there was, I don't know, some explosion over in that direction. Yeah, it looks about right. So should we maybe go redirect over to either Care Dineval or East Haven, perhaps?
You guys are at Caer-Dineval.
Maybe go to East Haven.
Well, it certainly seems like a more logical conclusion than if it's
Yeah, because East
directly
Haven would
east.
be yeah, especially because East Haven would be a larger town, more likely to have, I don't know, something going on.
If we're going to visit East Haven eventually anyway, though, I feel if time is of the essence, we should visit Caerconic first.
Okay,
Otherwise, we'll have to trek north again.
sounds like a good plan to me.
So more, yeah, efficient.
Unless you think there's something in East Haven worth seeing right away. I haven't been there myself.
Not that I know.
Nothing from.
Max, give me a history check real quick.
All right.
Is it magic? Is it about magic? Is it about
Magic,
artifacts?
magic, magic.
You know that East Heaven is a town founded by some thieves that were like they were fleeing from the south and they came north and they founded East Heaven. So in East Heaven, it's tradition to have stealing to be legal. So it is illegal to steal in East Heaven.
I've got a wrist pocket in a tree.
No, 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 no. My dog is biting my laptop's cable. Okay,
Are we okay?
we're good.
Is the dog okay? Yeah.
The dog's okay. The cable is okay.
Well, let's head out then. Is there
Where?
any preparation that we need to do that you would like to do in Caradinable before we leave here? Otherwise, I'd say we start packing and head out.
I'm ready. There's nothing I need to do here.
You guys heading out to Carconic, right?
Yeah, go north. Please.
So the path is not so far. I mean, Cardinal isn't so far from Carconic. So after packing and leaving, weather looks clear. Nothing eventful seems to be happening. And after 2 hours or so of travel, you come across the distant view of the town of Carconic. The town looks grim and duller than Cardinival, and you can see the remains of another keep that unfortunately didn't survive the orc raids and it fell down to the attack. So it is a reminder to this town that nothing in these lands survives or lasts forever. Upon arriving, you guys came from this road over here. These are the ruins of the Caer. And heading in, where would you guys like to go?
Well, are we not? We're just going north, right?
You,
You guys,
we're going into the town. Yeah. Are you
Okay,
saying
as
that you
you-
want to pass the town, Rain?
I thought we were going to Carconic.
We are in
This is
Caradinable.
Carconic.
Oh, it's just. Oh, sorry. It actually looks similar to the other one. Sorry, I didn't realize we changed that.
It looks similar, yeah.
Well, guys, it's been how long the trek has it been?
Nearly 3 hours.
Well, it's been a lovely 3-hour trek in the snow, fellow companions, but I am thirsty. What do you say about we hit up some form of bar or inn if there's any around here?
That sounds good to me.
I couldn't agree more.
As you enter the town, near this big house, you're walking by and a pile of snow starts moving and shoveling, and then suddenly jumps the figure of a dragonborn that looks all armored up and is holding a bottle, a broken bottle, towards you and says, "Did I finally catch you, damn guilty thieves?" And then blinks, shakes his head and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. It's been a rough week.
Before he apologizes, I'm just thinking in my head, like, fuck, what did I steal from him?
Well, if we're not the ones you're looking for, who are you looking for?
Give me just a second. Forgive my manners. It's been just a lot of thieving going on recently. My name is Travis. I am the speaker of the town.
So where does a speaker reside in a town that has no keep?
We have no need of the keep. We can defend ourselves.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because in every single town we come to, it's been some form or other of danger. So glad that you're able to fend for yourself here. You must be a sturdy bunch.
We are, but this everlasting rhyme has left us paying some bills. As you can see, and he points towards the lake, most of our shore, if not all of it, is frozen and fishing's not a good option right now. Besides, I believe that there's some people from East Heaven infiltrated in here. They believe that they can bring their traditions of stealing to all of 10 towns, but they're wrong. If I catch one of them, I'll make sure they pay.
Well, you don't need to worry about us. None of us are from East Haven. That sounds like an awful place.
I can see you are not from there, but I'm just throwing accusations because no one's really seen nothing. Things just disappear.
Like what?
Has
What
this-
is disappearing?
Like the other night, like this was as he holds his head as he's like having a hangover, and he says, 2 nights ago, something like that. 2 goats were stolen from Frozen Far Expeditions. You know, the shop at the north of the town.
Oh, apologies. It's our first time in this town.
Oh, worry not. It is not so big. It's impossible to get lost around here.
They all look the same to me.
So where would you say this story was, where the goats were stolen from, is located?
He walks just down the road to get a better look of the road ahead. He points towards this house and says, "That over there, that is Frozen Far Expeditions."
Frozen Forks Expedition.
Do you see the arrow now?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, what is it to you if we help you out?
That would be very kind of you. I really don't have any leads, but maybe the sisters at the Northern Light can give you more information. The Northern Light is the inn of the town. The name comes from their signature lantern. It's a lantern that has never shut down, and it also got stolen last night.
It seems like it's. I wouldn't know if that's a thief stealing 2 goats and a lamb. Sounds like very valuable things, but maybe around here it is.
Lantern. What was the lantern particularly special?
Well, as I just told you, the lantern hasn't shut its light in years now.
But what about it makes it do that? Is it constantly refreshed or something magical?
It appears to have magical properties because no one's ever had that lantern taken down from the inn's entrance.
Reminds me of a spell that's rather costly in its components. Something like continual flame takes a lot of ruby dust, though. For the right person, it could be quite valuable.
What would they
If it's
use
a
such a
solid
thing for?
OS, huh?
What would they use? I'm not asking Max. What would they use such a thing for?
Any number of things. Mo The only kind of uses I typically know are casting this spell on other things to make them into magical items for the purposes of some things just require tools to be magical to function properly, but other than that, it is just a light that can't ever go out even when submerged underwater. It doesn't produce heat or ignite anything if you needed to go into sensitive areas.
Hmm. Well, it seems that's something valuable enough that anyone could steal it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone would have the wish.
Well, there's only one type of thief that would steal a lantern, two goats. There'll be someone that's out getting something from somewhere, needs some food, and needs some really, really good light. But that would be underground, unless it
Mm-hmm.
unless it can shine through this veil.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking,
Hmm.
I think the friends you're referring to would have no need of such a lantern, much like myself. Although perhaps they travel with others.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking. They stopped by, got some resources, and went out. But
What
that
are
would
you all talking about?
Just something that's been on our minds.
Are you following me or?
If you'll take us to somewhere we can get some refreshments, then yes.
Yeah, as I was telling you, the sister has the Northern Light might have better insights on this case. I would take care of this myself, but my adventuring days have been long gone. I remember the time I kicked a bear's butt into a river, though, or the time I fooled some cobbles into thinking I was an actual dragon. Good times.
Some people may certainly believe. I can see how that may be true. Is it true that, or what kind of dragonborn is this guy?
You see Silver Dragonborn.
Okay. I forget which breath weapon that is.
it's
Cold weapon and cold resistance.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Well, let's not wait out here in the cold.
Yeah, I would say that as you're talking, you're walking down the streets of Karakonic. There doesn't seem to be any person around, and if you catch any glimpse of anyone, they are totally covered under winter clothing, but they don't spend much time on the outside, so they lock themselves in their houses. And you go all the way around the town, and Trovus finally points you towards a place, a house, and says, "Here is the Northern Light." The inn of the town, it doesn't have much activity, but it is really comfortable. And the sisters here are very helpful.
So this northern light lantern that was taken, was it outside the inn? Was it like an invitation to get inside?
Give me 1 second. Um, above the door, you can see there's kind of like a hook, and Trovus points at it and says, "The lantern used to hang from it, but just the other night it disappeared."
Can you, Rain, what do you think? Can you inspect the hook if you see anything odd with it?
Inspect the hook.
Well, the hook for the lantern and scratch marks.
Okay, yeah. I'm making, or well, I can roll. Well, I got a 1 anyway, so for investigation. But whatever the check was.
Yeah, I would say it would be an investigation check, but it looks like a regular normal hook without any markings.
It'd be pretty hard
It is a
to.
little bit frozen.
I think it would be hard to discern anything from here. But looking around, well, I guess is with the same investigation. I don't see anything disturbance. I think it would be too hard to find any evidence. We'd have to just.
Was it just a lantern just sitting on the hook? It wasn't like locked into place or anything?
Nah, it looks like it's a hook. Then you're supposed to like something round and put it in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I get what you mean.
No special locks.
Well,
I don't think we're gonna make much progress here.
Where were the goats stolen from?
The goats were stolen from the local inn. And he points towards this house.
Heh.
Hook, line, and sinker.
It's called the hook, line, and sinker. If you want to figure out why the name, you'd have to go in yourself. But they got stolen 2 goats. Then Frozen Fire Expedition got stolen a sack of pearls, as they report. And then the lantern from the Northern Light.
I think, yeah, investigating there would be best next, because I imagine people lock up their goats better than their lanterns. Maybe some clues.
You haven't even talked to the sisters. I'm going in if you want to follow. As he walks towards the entrance of the tavern and goes in.
I'm following since Rain said that we were gonna divulge some
Yeah.
information to him inside the lantern or inside the northern light.
Well, I'm not necessarily want to divulge everything, but if whatever he can help us with, I think looking for any signs of Duergar mining, like those Duergar were in like an abandoned place, so if we can find maybe in the ruins or something, or there's somewhere.
Smart.
Are you guys going
Presumably
in?
they'd be close by. Yeah, we'll go in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ignore the people. The tavern is empty right now.
Okay.
So inside the tavern, you don't see there's much activity. You only see a young lady that is cleaning up the floor, like wiping with a broom. I guess you don't wipe with brooms, but
Brush.
is brushing. Thank you. with the broom, and as she sees Travus, she looks up at him and says, "Did you fall out again? Did you fall asleep out again? I mean, I'm telling you, Travis, one day you're not going to have so much luck with the kindness of strangers. I'll go heat something up for you." She goes to the back of the tavern, and you start hearing the clinking of utensils and plates. And well, I guess I haven't described the interior of the tavern. I mean the inn. And the entrance greets you with 3 or 4 tables, each table with a couple of chairs around them. There's also a second floor that it looks like the rooms are in there. At the very end, uh, at the very back, I mean, of the inn, there is what appears to be the kitchen because it's behind a counter. And then to the right, there's another room. And from there comes another woman. This one is taller and looks more stout. And as she sees all of you there, says, "Oh, hello. It is still early, but we can help you. What may I do for you?"
Just some refreshments would be nice. Please.
"Coming right up. Would you like it to have alcohol?"
Not for me, but I think perhaps a pint for each of my friends here.
How generous of you. Thank you so much.
"Coming right up."
Yeah, we'll
And
just get
she
like whatever the
also
basic
goes
food
back.
is. Just tell me how much that is all.
After a few minutes, well, you guys can exchange information, talk to each other while the cooking is being done, or ask anything to Travis if you'd like.
Mm,
Well,
If nothing
Travis.
happens,
No,
then
no,
just some.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Travis, you are. How did you become the speaker of the town? Such a small community.
I arrived here by adventuring. Like, unlike most 10-towners, I wasn't exiled or wasn't neither fleeing from anything. And I liked it in here. The previous speaker passed of old age, and I became well known around these parts. So they asked me to be their speaker, so I accepted the job.
Wow. That, that's really generous of you stopping your adventuring days and taking up such a.
I don't think I would be able to keep up my adventurous days anyway. I believe this is a very good retirement for that.
Well, it certainly seems with it. Sleeping outside in the snow.
I was just trying to catch those damn thieves,
Mm,
but I have had no success.
that is a shame. Well, hopefully we
The
can.
only thing that yeah,
Go ahead.
the only thing that I have caught notice of is some small footprints leading further north.
How small would these footprints be? What do you mean by small footprints?
I mean, their foot is not my size or not your size. They are smaller foot. I wouldn't say as small as the little ones, as he points towards Max.
Mm-hmm.
but definitely smaller than average. That makes me think this has to do something with the dwarfs at the Kelvin's cairn.
You think? Does it look like those footprints are going in the usual path that one would take to get there?
I have never been able to follow them very long. The snow covers them very quickly. But that's my best guess.
So they are dwarf-sized steps leading to the north.
Don't see many dwarfs around, but yeah, I would say so.
We can look into that.
Every
Provided
time
it's not
I
too
see
far.
the footprints, they are there in the morning. I haven't checked today. If you go before the snow covers them, you might be able to find some.
Going to, you've seen them. Are you able to identify if they're going to or from? You said they're going from, right?
They
So
go
you've seen
to.
as in to, like, away from the town
Yeah.
in the morning, which would suggest that whoever is making them is active at nighttime.
They steal during the night when nobody's watching. That's why I've spent the last couple of nights on the outside. But let's say I drink a bit too much and just pass out.
Is there anything else up north? Like where does it lead to? Does it lead anywhere if you go up north, other than Kelvin's Cairn to the northwest?
Not that I know of. I have heard that the Revel's End is further north, but that's meeting the Sea of Moving Ice. That's way too far for someone to come all the way down here to steal.
That would be a long trek. So how
And
yeah.
besides, the Revel's End is a prison. I don't think people who's guarding prisons are very keen on stealing.
So I take it you're quite familiar with this region.
I sure am.
Because we've heard stories about an exploding tower somewhere across the lake. And as adventurers, we of course want to seek out and see if there's any danger or maybe treasures to be found.
Yeah, the lost spire of Netheril. I've been there myself.
Have you?
It was a long time ago. But yeah, I visited it. Didn't stay long because that place just feels not right.
Were there any monsters about or creatures?
Didn't come across any other than wild beasts, but I didn't approach much. I just wanted to see it with my own eyes and returned home.
Would you know the general direction? And I asked for, who's holding on to the map if we have one?
I
Let me
think
pull up the
Bartek
map.
or
The place is right east. I believe it's east. Like, if you head straight east, you should be able to find it. I know it's easy to get lost, but not that easy. Come on.
Well, we have been lost out in the snow before. It's not the first time, and it does get when blizzard picks up where you can't really find anything.
Yeah, the blizzards. They're far more common with this eternal winter about. But how about this deal? You help me with this stealing problem I have, and I will escort you to the place.
Well, that sounds like a plan.
Sounds reasonable to me.
And as the conversation goes on, the two sisters from the back of the inn come out from the kitchen with a bunch of plates. And the other sister with a bunch of drinks. And they all are laid out in the table for you guys to enjoy. The meals, again, knucklehead throat.
Of course.
And the drinks, there are some foaming ones and some smoking ones. The smoking ones look to be some kind of tea, and the foaming ones, well, beer.
I sit down and start enjoying this fantastic fish that we have had like every day we've been here.
Travus calls with the hand to one of the sisters and says, "Ali, would you mind to share out some details about the robberies with my new friends here?" And hold on. She says, yes, there hasn't been some robberies recently around town. Not only us, but some of the neighboring business have been dealing with this too, but no one's seen anything. My sister Cory, though, she woke up early in the morning today and found out that our lantern was missing. So she looked about, and just behind the tavern, she found some tracks leading north from here.
You were not able to follow them to see where they led.
We are not adventurers ourselves, so we asked Travus to look into them. So when he tried to follow, well, they vanished soon after. This was yesterday, by the way.
From your
I'll turn to the group. Is there anything in the way of tools or skills we have that can assist with navigation for this sort of thing? Because it sounds like we have two choices. We either wait to see if this occurs again and try and catch any thieves in the act, assuming we can apprehend them or even identify them, or we try and follow where they are, lest they not come again. But in that scenario, we would need some kind of means to track them, otherwise we would just be floundering in the darkness out in the snow.
Travus is gonna tell you, the Frozen Far Expeditions offers some wilderness guide services, if that sounds interesting to you.
We have means of navigating within the wilderness, but finding a prey or these creatures could be quite small. It would be like hunting in the dark against a very intelligent animal. I don't think that would help. I think more setting some kind of trap would probably be our best option.
Oh,
In other
you're
words,
the smart kind of one.
well, we'd have to do it tonight, I imagine. If you think that it occurs at nighttime, setting it and then keeping watch.
Well,
I'm not
it
sure
is
of what kind of
still
trap.
early in the morning, so
Hmm.
if you want to wait about till the night.
Well, we might as well talk to the other places that have been stolen from before we set up a plan. Is there anything of value in this town that has not been raided? Do you know of any place that, if for the same kind of items like valuable food, that is still? Because I would not think they would come to the same place and raid again if they've taken all the valuables they need. Do you have any place in town that you store valuables or you store
Hmm.
food and goods?
My personal house hasn't been a victim of robbery yet.
Mhm.
That's why I've been trying to stay around.
That seems. What's Do you have any valuables in the house that is known to the community?
Let's say I don't.
Can I see if he's lying or not?
Give me an insight check. By the tone, you can tell that he's got something in there, but is not too revealing about it.
Well, if your place is the most likely to get raided that have not been raided yet, we at least have a starting point for what we can consider for our, what's it called when you sit and watch and wait for things in English?
Stakeout?
A stakeout. Thank you. For a stakeout.
That's more like cops, though. I don't know what.
Yeah, but yeah. I just want to have a word for what it was we're doing.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think I'm following the plan. How about this? Tonight, I will join, and each one of us will keep watch of a different section of the town. If someone sees something, we'll alert the others.
I also have if we're just laying traps down, I have alarm and I can cast that on as many places as we have time to do so. And it lasts for 8 hours. It'll send me a message mentally.
Well, I would say that's the best plan, because then we can sit at your house and enjoy the evening while we wait for something to happen and enjoy each other's company.
Sounds like
No
a
more
plan.
hiding. No more hiding in the snow.
All right. As Travis finishes his meal, he stands up and says, "All right, sounds like a plan. We'll meet each other tonight at my place. So if you still don't know where it is, hold on, let me drag you guys to the map."
do we have any traps and things? Like, I'm trying to think of what all I have, like cal traps or something. Like, I have like let me see.
Well, maybe the Frozen Fire Expedition or the Hook, Line, and Sinker would have Bear Trap or something of the fashion that we could
Maybe. They probably, well, judging by the sound of those, though, it sounds like it's like fishing stuff. I don't have anything. I have stuff like manacles to hold people after we catch them.
Yeah, all
And I have
is-
like
all I have
rope, I
is-
guess. We could like make a net, like one of those net traps, but then we need to like have a thing above that, or we could like dig a hole and then put like the net across it to catch them when they fall in. Like so we could like have it so like they.
By night, meet me at my house and we will discuss the what. If you still don't know where it is, it's from where you came into town, the bigger house to the left.
Well, if they've raided all the other known houses, that's as good as any to hold up in. And it's also, we know that these assailants, as they escape to the north, and your house is on the northern side, so it also makes sense.
Maybe then we can just trap them within the house. We could have one person wait outside, one person within. If the valuables are within the house, then we could have them trap them inside. Maybe. Make sure all exits are sealed, like even chimneys. We don't know how capable they are of, or how elusive they'll be, so it's best to just cover all our options. I don't think if they're caught in the act, they probably won't return. If they manage to escape, that is. So this seems like it'll be our one chance.
Agree.
It also may not be tonight. They may just decide not to come back. But if this is, I wouldn't mind waiting here either. A few nights, if it comes to it.
I certainly agree, because the speakers are only lead to where the lost fire of Netheril is. So we might be better off if he is able to guide us. What do you think we'll do next?
If we find out this happens to be Dwargar, then it'll probably lead us to another den or maybe even a mine. From there, we can probably work to find out this Sunblight character and either use him to find the mage or perhaps give us some more clues as to where the rest of the cultists are, or even indeed the Frost Maiden herself.
That sounds like a perfect plan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to head out to both the places to interview the people in Hook, Line, Sinker and Frozen for Expedition? While we wait for nightfall, it should be morning plus 3 hours. Should be around noon, maybe 1 o'clock.
What will we do though?
I'll go in there, interview them about what's been going on. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to ask questions, yeah.
Yeah, it is about me.
How much was it for the food, by the way? I have to take that off my character.
Oh yeah, well, if you want, you can have the meal that you just had as. Wait, hold on.
You're broke.
Oh, I 32 gold.
Silver pieces per drink and 4 silver pieces per meal. So 6 silver pieces per person.
So 24. So 2 gold pieces and 4.
Everyone?
Yeah, I might as well. Just people can get the next one. 2 gold pieces and 4 silver. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
How long does it take for you to set up alarm spell? And is it costly? Is it
11 minutes and it's free. It doesn't even cost me a spell slot.
Okay. It's a ritual.
Yeah.
Can you have as many as you want?
As many as I want. It lasts 8 hours.
God damn, okay.
So I think we should at least put one up here while we're here, anyways, by the Northern Light. Yeah.
Let's take a vial break, and we will be back in 5 minutes at the mark of 50 minutes.
All right.
Great. I'm gonna take down my notes.
Very well, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
Testing, testing.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
hear me, huh? Yeah.
Testing, testing. Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear.
I'm just mocking you.
We're all here. Okay.
Yay.
We all ready?
Yep.
Okay. So you just had this chat with the innkeepers and Trovus. Trovus has already left to his house, and the plan is to set traps and alarms all throughout town, apparently.
Oh, I was gonna do it for the one building we're in.
Yeah, we can do it for the one building for now, and then I can just do it wherever we might suspect a break-in.
Yeah.
Oh, you also mentioned to go visit the other two business to incur.
Yeah.
We all love fishing.
So from the Northern Light, you guys going to hook up line and sinker, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, it is just across the street, so to speak. Here in the middle, you can see some like business stalls that are abandoned, and in the very center there is a well that is, of course, frozen. So it is of no use. But just across the street, you guys see this wooden sign that says hook, line, and sinker. Come on in and get your free taste or free try.
Well, that's a
Mm,
perfect invitation.
Going
okay,
in,
I'll
this
go.
is yet another tavern or not tavern, because the first one was an inn. This is a tavern. But this one, does look more busy than the other one. Has some people already drinking, and there are a couple of them at the counter, and some of others are just chatting around, sitting at the tables or looking out the windows. But as you enter, there's this ding of this bell, and the barkeeper or the tavern, yeah, the barkeeper. You see a human with kind of longish hair. His hair reaches to his shoulders. He's got a lock mustache and beard, kind of carefully trimmed. And there's kind of a scar across his eye, but both his eyes are still well. And as he looks at you, he says, "Hey, welcome. Have your free taste. You're new here, aren't you?" And he lifts this it's like a big plate with little flasks, each of them filled with what appears to be the some kind of alcoholic beverage.
A little flight.
Well,
First one's on the house. Don't miss on that.
well, I'd certainly have one, sir. Very generous offer.
I'll politely decline.
Not the drinking
Same.
type, huh?
They're not the drinking kind. This small fellow here
So I'll
is,
give 3 to you, my friend. And he puts 3 in front of you.
I'll go ahead.
Well, sure, Brutus will have one.
Yeah.
Well, if Brutus is around, he would have one too, yeah.
Well, we're here tasked with some investigation business. With me, I have very competent lawman Maxwell, experts in finding thieves and specialists.
Oh, you're here for about the robberies.
We are.
Yeah, I have a. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I have kind of like a farm across town. Right now, my animals are locked up because of the winter. I don't want them to freeze to death. But just a couple of nights ago, 2 of my goats disappeared.
Hmm.
Just like poof. Next morning, they weren't there. No tracks, no anything.
And where would this town be? It wouldn't be up north, would it?
Just across town. My farm is here in this town.
And there's nothing you
Unless I
notice.
didn't understand your question.
There's nothing you notice at all.
Nothing.
They can just disappeared without leaving any tracks. That sounds awfully odd.
It also happened to my buddy up at the Frozen Far expeditions. He got a sack of some pretty stones, and he claims that it also disappeared.
What kind? You don't know what kind of stones they were, I suppose.
They appear to be just regular jewels.
When these things were taken, was there much of a mess made? Or was it more of someone with a deft hand?
The gates were unlocked and the barns were open. Don't see. Didn't seem to be very forced. I did have to change my lock because it was jammed.
Jammed how?
Here, mm,
Like when you break it, like when you try to open it and then breaks. I don't do stealing myself, so I wouldn't be able to identify the details.
that's all the questions I have anyway.
So let's just say you were a thief and you knew just some minor details about this town. Which places would you raid?
That's a tough one. I would certainly would want to see what's inside Speaker's house, but other than that, this town doesn't have much resources.
Why would you want to know what's inside the speaker's house? Is it because he was a former adventurer?
And because he's a speaker,
Hmm,
he's got to have some wealth, you know.
naturally. That makes sense. If I look around, is any of the locals in this bar looking shady or nervous?
Give me a perception check. Looking around, they all appear to be commoners. Some of them have their hoods on, some of them have their hoods off, but they seem to be focused on their drinks.
Well, I thank you so much for the time there, sir. Unless you had more questions you would like to ask.
I'm sorry I'm not of much use, but I'm telling you the facts that I saw with my own eyes.
Hmm.
Not much information I can give.
Well, it was still helpful. We still have some insight on where someone would raid if they were into this town. And since they've raided most places, there's very few to still go to. So thank you so much for your time.
Make sure to stop by again. There might be more from where that came from,
I'll
as he
toss him
points
a
towards the glass.
25 silver for the information.
25 silver.
That's quite a bit, yeah.
How generous.
No worries. At least I'm heading out of this establishment.
Yep, same.
Everyone living?
Mm-hmm.
Are we waiting for you outside for a bit, Maxi?
Yeah, I guess I'll what is it? Where did this is where the
Yeah, you put an alarm here.
yeah. And then we're a hook, like, line, and sinker. Um I guess I'll go to the door they said was broken and set up the alarm there and maybe in front of a window or two.
They said that their barn were like across town, meaning around this location.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well,
And did they give us specifics so that we can go investigate or no?
No. You could go back in and ask.
Yeah, I guess I will step back inside and go up to the bar. And while we're
Oh, hi. Did you
hello.
forget your drink? And he hands
No.
you.
I'll be just fine, thank you. You're very generous.
You miss out.
Yeah. I was actually wondering if you could, if you'd be willing to share the location of your barn. We're doing the investigation for the previous, um, previous thefts, and I'd like to investigate the scene.
Ah, of course. It is let me remind, it is speaker. This is from the speaker house to the left or the right, depending on where you're standing, of the town, of the road. The second house.
Okay,
It is kind of big.
got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Uh, and then I'll thank you
For
very
your effort.
much, and I'll take my leave. Then I'll convey the information to the rest of the group. Should we head to this barn next, or is there somewhere else we'd like to go?
Mm,
I would like to head to.
we have enough time to go wherever, so yeah. If you think there's anything,
I would like
it,
to.
it,
Post-
we need to set up the traps. Don't forget, so we need time to do all that
Mm.
before like. Well, obviously after people have gone inside, so that they don't set like the townsfolk don't set it off, but also after in case they come early. So I don't know what time that would be, but like if things seem to get dark earlier here, then
It is a bit past midday.
yeah, we can like set up. We could say like we go here and then we like mark off a ration or whatever, and then set the just like do some training or reading or something, and wait until maybe the evening, like say 10 p.m. maybe, then set up the traps and then wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm probably setting these alarms up far too early. I'll probably redo them when it's closer to the time.
Makes sense.
Oh, by the way, when setting your alarms, what? Like, I know you can exclude people from there,
Until the
but
until the spell ends, it alerts me whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area, and I can designate ones that don't set it off. And I choose whether the alarm is mental or audible.
uh-huh.
And it can also ping me in my mind as long as I'm within a mile of it. And it
Or
wakes me
the
up if I'm
specifics
asleep.
of your alarms.
Um, don't activate for any of the party members, essentially, but other than that, I'm basically just putting them in places that shouldn't be normally accessed, back doors, windows.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought you were setting them inside the building.
I can also do that. For instance, in the barn, I'd likely put the alarm up so if anybody enters like the pens of one of the animals, because the animal shouldn't be leaving their pens or
Yeah.
re-entering them at night.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And then we haven't talked with the speaker yet about what parts of their house contain the valuables, but if there is just like a room or a vault, I don't know what it is, but I'd put it around that instead of just like in front of the front door.
Okay. So exiting Hook, Line, and Sinker, you guys going to the barn or Frozen Far Expeditions?
I certainly think that Frozen Far is on the way because I don't know if we can cross this chasm in the center of the town.
Oh, well, everything of while all of this was happening, Martok approaches you, or not you, like the party in general, and says, "This war peak appears to be better than any regular war peak, besides being particularly efficient against ice." As what you find is a war peak of ice breaking. And I sent a picture of the war peak at the handouts.
Mm.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, inside. Okay, give me a second.
Oh, I don't want to touch that.
I don't see it. If it's in the handouts.
Handouts
The
in
handout,
Discord.
Rime of the Frost
Oh,
Maiden.
Discord.
The Discord,
Okay.
yeah. And Brutus also lets you know that doesn't seem to be emanating any corrupt energy,
Well, in
even when Divine sensed.
Well, that is some great news.
And I was looking for it in D&D Beyond, but I couldn't seem to find it. So I'll say it works as a War Pick +1, but when used against ice, the bonus turns into a +3.
I think it's behind a paywall. I think it's Bo didn't share the D&D Beyond book, right? He blocked that book, yeah.
I don't know if this belongs to the Realm of the Frost Maiden
Okay,
module.
yeah. Never.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I think I found it. It's a +1 regularly, but it's up to a +3 when you hit a construct, elemental, fey, or anything made out of ice and snow.
Yep.
If you crit, it does extra damage.
We don't know this.
I believe war picks are one-handed weapons, though.
Yeah, that's why I threw it. Brutus could use it. I think it's not finesse as well. I think it's his regular weapon.
I believe it's martial, and yeah, and one-handed.
One-handed.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you could just do a magic pick. Well, yeah, if it's not there.
So which way do you want to go? Do you want to go to the barn first or Frozen Far Expedition? Which way do we want to go around town?
Yeah, you guys choose. I don't have any preference for anywhere.
Well, let's go to
unless you can buy bear traps.
Yeah, let's go to where you want it, Maxwell. Let's go for the barn and investigate.
Okay. Sounds good to me. All right, we'll head over.
Okay, heading to the barn. You guys cross through Frozen Far Expeditions, who has their doors open, but walking past the streets, you get into the barn. That the doors are closed, but doesn't seem to have any lock.
You know, it just occurred to me that Didn't the last person we talked to said that they had the gate locked, but they had to take off their lock because it was jammed.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you think that some of the people in this town are intentionally leaving things open? As in, whoever is stealing these things have accomplices? I find it odd that something like this would be open and then the other lock was removed because it was jammed and not replaced.
It does seem really odd. I had that feeling as well that they might not be going up north in the snow. Maybe they are. Maybe the assailants are in this town.
Maybe they're bringing it somewhere away. I mean, it would make sense that they know where everything is.
If all the tracks are leading north, this depends what the most northern house in town we have that it could be. But of course, that would be Frozen Far Expedition, which would make no sense unless they're in on it, because that's the only thing that's struck me odd, that the other place got a lamp that can never stop shining a light, and then some cattle. But Frozen Far got a bunch of pearls or diamonds stolen, which I don't know what kind of value that has out here for someone leaving out into the tundra late at night.
Unless there was some Charlene amongst them, but I think that would be pretty obvious if there were. I think maybe we should pay our. Well, we should find out who owns this barn and why is it unlocked, and perhaps offer to lock it.
Well, it is the barkeep's barn.
Then we should recommend to them that we should perhaps supply them with a lock as an option for them.
Are you able
See
to...
what they... I can't conjure up anything like that, no. I can pick locks, I can't conjure them. Max, can you create something like you did with the Charlene?
Unfortunately, I could make a phantasm of one, but it wouldn't last very long. If you give me the right materials, I could probably build a lock. I do have tinkering.
Do you have what will lock take? I don't know, like iron pieces or something. I don't know. I think that we might as well just buy one if that's the case.
I do have some metal as well, although that was for my tinkering, but I can put it aside for now.
And your manacles are medieval manacles, yeah? They're not modern manacles.
I assume, yeah, they're like those ones that are like, kind of like, yeah, almost like big wristbands. I mean, you could kind of fashion them into what looks like a lock. It's just weird the way everything's unlocked. That's so okay.
Well, they did say the old lock was broken. He was gonna supply it with a new lock, but I thought he already did that. And I don't know if he would keep a broken lock. Is a broken lock here around here by the door somewhere? Did he discard it?
Doesn't appear to be any.
And does it look like it was just padlocked, or if there was a proper lock on here that, like, in the door that got damaged?
The door has like 2 bars for handles.
Mm-hmm.
So to lock it, you'd have to put a chain around those 2 and then lock it.
Okay.
Can we go inside and to check if there's any cattle in there at all, or goats, whatever it's called, livestock. I don't know what it's called.
Are you going in?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go in.
Okay. Opening the doors is a little bit difficult because of all the ice um, piled up by the door, but with some push, it finally opens towards you, and inside there are five kind of would that be called a fence?
Fence?
No, it's pence with P.
Pens, yeah,
Pen,
pens.
a pens. Okay, there's five pences, and two of them are empty, but three of them still have goats on them. The pens are locked, well, not locked, are closed with this wooden plank that you put across it.
Mhm.
But inside there's well, the three goats have some hay inside of their fences, and one of them is laying down, kind of asleep. The other two are eating.
What's the roof like? Is it like is the roof like open or is it like what does it look like?
It is a cone shape, or not cone, like triangular roof.
Yeah. But it's now open, like it's closed, like
It is closed.
so it's pretty dark up there, is my point.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to appear to be any source of light from the inside. You can see for the door that you just opened, and also light leaks in from some of the windows that are also closed.
I think this would be a good place for me to wait. For anyone looking to steal these goats. However, I think we should at least retrieve the broken lock and try and mend it and then offer it as a replacement and see what. Perhaps offer can we lock the barn at the very least if there is an accomplice, then we'll know because they might try and take it off. If we leave, they might try and remove it, or whoever is taking advantage of this town by stealing things will see that some place is locked, and that there might be something valuable inside because people have taken the time to lock it. So I think it's Max, you can repair the broken
Yeah.
lock, or at least make it look like it's repaired anyway.
I'll properly repair it.
Okay, can we go do that then?
Yeah, let's do that.
So can we go back to the barkeep? Excuse me,
Okay.
and then ask for their lock, and then basically repair it and give it back to them.
So go to the tavern, and then go back to the barn.
Yeah, we want to go ask if we can have their broken lock or just a lock, and then say like, oh, we want to shore up your security, and then
Well, yeah, when asked for the log, he shuffles around some stuff that he's got underneath the counter and hands you a log that the moving part doesn't move at all.
we can fix this for you. We've noticed that the barn seems to be, well, there's some animals left in there, but it seems to be quite unsecured. So
I would save
our
it for a
friend
new
here.
log, but if you can repair that one, that would be very much appreciated.
Okay, I'll hand it to. It'll be free of charge, of course. We're just trying to help.
That is very
So I'll
kind of you.
give it to Max to repair.
And I'll take it, and I guess now we just need to find a spot, and I'll get to work.
All right. Are you repairing it inside of the barn?
Wherever we land, wherever people want to go next, we could just like while they're investigating, I fix the lock.
Okay, where would you guys want to go next?
Well, put the lock on, or well, if Max is doing that, we can go just to the hook. I guess is the
Yeah,
one.
it
We
takes
haven't
an
been
hour
there.
to repair.
Okay, we go to the hook then.
No, the Frozen Far Expedition is the only place we haven't been.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. We'll go there.
Right back.
If they're selling
Okay,
a lock
sure.
there, I'll be pissed.
Well, the point is that I wanted to see his reaction.
Yeah. Aha. Smart.
As I wanted to see if he'd be amenable to like us actually putting the lock on, or be like, "Oh, don't bother" or something. Can I? While we were doing that, by the way, can I get insight into like how he reacted?
Like you're going in and you have the jammed locked on your hands, yeah?
To the barn keep, or the bar keep. Sorry, tavern keep. Like as in, I want to see for the person who said they had a broken lock.
Yeah.
Was the guy who owned the barn as well? Yeah.
No, you guys returned to the hook, leg, and sinker, asked for the lock,
Yeah.
and then went back to the barn.
Right, but who was the person who said that they removed their lock because it was broken or something?
It was himself.
The barkeep, yeah.
Yeah, the barkeep. Yeah, so I wanted to see his reaction when we said we could repair it and place it for him.
We just want to retcon, go back in time, as the lock got handed to Max. He wants to have an insight check to see.
Okay, yeah, give me an insight check.
Wow, 8.
Yeah, he appears very natural.
Okay, we'll just go to the hook thing then.
Well, you stay
But
here
so far
then,
you
Rain,
met?
and I'll go to the Frozen Far Expedition.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. There's too many names. They keep popping up.
Okay.
You see the map that I see, right?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
It is late.
Oh my god! Look at the Discord.
What? Oh, nice.
Okay, getting into the Frozen Far expeditions, there's some stands with general items like snowshoes, some crampons that, by the way, I finally figured the name out of the spiked shoes. They're called crampons. Over some ice, there's some rations all wrapped up and ready to go. And other general adventuring gear. I think it's crampons. Hold on.
I think you're right. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Crampons, yeah.
Yeah. They're not spike shoes. They're like the sorry. Yeah, they are. The snowshoes are the flat ones, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the ones that look like tennis.
Yeah. Just distribute your weight.
So these ones are kind of like what my mother has when she goes out in the snow and ice. That you put on top of the
snowshoes are to walk over thick layers of snow, and the crampons are for you to not sleep when you're walking over ice.
So what other list of merchandise did they have? They only had misc.
Yeah, just miscellaneous stuff. And when you get in, you're greeted by a dwarf. No, hold on. Yeah, by a dwarf, and says, "Welcome, welcome. We have everything you need for your adventuring days."
That's very kind of you, sir. We're here to maybe restock some of our equipment, but also we have a few questions for you.
You got into the right place, and yeah, what is it that I can assist you with?
Well, what was it that we needed for tonight, Rain?
Well, I think some kind of trap, if you have one. Like a large animal trap.
Yeah, we certainly have those. Let me search around, and he's moving some bars of steel along with some small swords. I mean, short swords and stuff like that. And he pulls out a bear trap and says, "Yeah, I think this would do."
Yep. How much? How much for? How do you have more than one?
I have a couple. Yeah. How much would you need?
I think 2 would suffice. I think. Given that you only
It
have
would
2.
be 5 gold pieces each.
Very well. Oh, okay, I'll give him 5
I'll handle the other
each.
5.
Okay.
I can take one of
So
them
he
off
heads
you.
over the bird traps.
What do you say? Sorry.
I said that I could pay for one of those.
Oh no, yeah, but what did Koya say?
Oh, I believe someone else is talking in the background. My bad.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, okay, so I deducted 5. Okay. That's all I think I can think of. I was gonna say caltrops. I guess I'll buy the shoes. The spiky
The
ones.
crampons?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are very needed, especially in these times. These are. I would give them to you for 4 gold pieces.
Okay, I suppose you better buy a pair for each of us.
Mm.
So what's that? 4 times 4 is 16. Can we do? What if we were to do 4 pairs for 15 gold pieces?
For I unfortunately only got 3 on me, but if you come around another day, I make sure to have the missing one.
Okay, that sounds fine. We'll just take the traps then.
I'll give the 3 for 10 gold pieces.
Well, so I think. Well, yeah, we might as well take them. So yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll
That's a
deduct,
great deal, Rain. I wouldn't turn down such a
yeah.
great deal.
Yeah, we'll take them. I'll take them.
All yours.
Okay, so what are they called? Crampons. I took away 5, by the way. There. If you want to take the other 5, and then.
Yeah, I took away 5 from mine for the bear traps, and this is a total of what 3.33 per.
Well, we'll just take away 5 each, and then those guys can get the next one or something.
3.33333333 gold each.
What are they called? CRA. Oh, I see them. Yeah, gear, adventuring gear. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Add that. Add to backpack. I guess.
Aha, add item. Okay.
How about we get this guy to show us how to use the traps as well, just so there's no confusion. I'm sure they're pretty obvious, but just spend like 5 minutes with him, asking him how to use them, and then we'll go back to the barn.
You guys live in the shop?
No.
Well, yeah, I just want to ask him how to use them. Just get him to demonstrate how to use them, and then unactivate them, deactivate them.
Oh, he'll grab one that he's got on the bag and says, "This is quite simple. You place them in the ground. You step on this metal bar, and then with your hands you open it, and you hear a click, and that's when you know it's set. To safely deactivate it, he grabs a piece of metal, like something like looks like an ingot, and he tosses it inside of the trap, and it just closes very violently. And that's how you deactivate them.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll go back to the barn.
I just had 2 more questions for him.
Oh yeah,
because,
you can go ahead.
if I look him up and down, does he look like a dwarf? Is there any?
He looks like a dwarf.
Okay. Well, I would.
I mean, he is a dwarf.
Could be a Durger in disguise. Just need a bit of makeup and he's a dwarf.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Just a skin color. That's the difference, I guess. Well, maybe eyes and so forth. Well, dear sir.
How would we know though?
Well, by I don't know.
Analysis.
Well, yeah, I'll do that too then. Although, like, if I see that you're doing that, like, if I go to leave and you're like, oh, hang on, and then like I can kind of see you're just kind of maybe asking
not
just like
even
pointless
a-
questions or something.
Okay.
Then,
What
I
kind of
don't know
question
what
would
kind
you
of check is it?
Well,
Perception or something.
well,
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm looking for really, so I'll just say I maybe look at his eyes, but I guess like I don't really know. I wouldn't even know if they're different. Well, I only got 11 anyway.
I wouldn't say that even with a very low roll, it is enough to see that this dwarf doesn't look like a Durger. First, he's wearing cold weather clothing. His eyes are brown, his beard and hair is also kind of brownish, a little bit to the red side, and his skin is not that pale compared to what you saw at the basement
Yeah,
of the
I mean, I
inn.
gathered we could see that, but I was trying to see could we see evidence of like a disguise seeping or like whatever's behind the disguise seeping through. But yeah, that's fine. I guess we probably didn't roll high enough anyway.
Mhm.
Okay.
well.
If you want to roll, Martok.
Yeah, you
the,
might as well roll.
The perception. Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like a dwarf. It acts like a dwarf. It's a dwarf to me.
It is a dwarf.
Yeah. But thank you so much for the great prices of the merchandise. But we are also here for a different matter, and that's we heard that you had some stolen goods from this store. Was it whether or not it was pearls or diamonds or valuables?
Yeah, my pouch of pearls. They were some pretty bunch. I had a total of 4. I didn't really display them. I had them in the back. And one day they weren't there anymore.
And they, I mean, what would make you think that they were stolen? I mean, I know
Well,
that
if
they're gone.
I
But
leave them in a place, and yeah,
does anyone else know that you have pearls in here, or that you deal in pearls?
no one that I can think of. Well, the people that I bought them from, but they're very well-known merchants. I don't believe they would steal their clients.
And who would these well reputable merchants be?
Orgs.
Ah, okay.
Ah, you have heard of them too.
Yes, we've also purchased some merchandise from them. They come through all these towns with supplies.
Very rare findings.
Mm.
You don't want to miss whenever they're close by.
I didn't think they'd come this far up into the smaller towns to trade. Thought it was only the big towns like East Haven.
It was all until the everlasting rhyme began.
Mm.
If you want to catch them now, you'll have to travel to a bigger place.
And you're like where were they stored? Can we have a look where the items were stored in this shop?
Let me roll some dice. Wait, I do not find it here.
And while we're doing that, and
Ok-
hopefully get shown whatever it is.
yeah, you seem like an honest one. Right here in the back, and he just goes around. You see the place is like an L.
Mhm.
He goes around that corner, and there's a shelf with some more equipment, and from there is where, well, you see like some empty spots. That is from where he took the bear traps and the Krampus that he just sold. But he points to like the top of the shelf, and he says, "I stored them there. I don't think anyone my size would see them very easily."
It is very peculiar that they got lost. Can we
What?
scout the entire place inside here? I nod to Rain to pretend to look for signs of pearl thieves.
Okay, yeah, give me a perception check or investigation.
It's better for me.
Go ahead.
16.
You notice some like snow and ice is disturbed around the window. So the window appears to have been open and then shut again.
Okay. Presume there's no lock on it.
Window doesn't appear to have some locks on. There is a socket for it to be locked, but doesn't have any.
How does Mage Hand work? Can you summon a Mage Hand inside a place you can see that can then do something? Or no?
Yeah, you can summon a hand. I don't think you even have to be able to see where you summon it.
The hand is visible, but if you have the telekinetic feat, you can make it invisible.
Yeah, I think there's also a rogue subclass.
It is. Arcane Trickster.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, you can summon it within 30 feet of you and it can do whatever you want, even if you can't see it.
I'll say to Bartok, if I don't think this shopkeep is our suspect, then, given that he wouldn't need to have entered through his window if he has access to the door.
That seems awfully odd to do to your own shop. However,
Or to allow someone in. You could just allow them through the front door if this was our accomplice.
but if this is the obvious entrance into this place, why don't we put a bear trap outside the window?
That's assuming that someone will come here. I mean, we can do one. I was going to do one on either side of the door at the barn, but if we can put one here. I also plan to wait in the barn, so we don't necessarily need one there. We could use one here and then one is the front door. If you want to let our friend in on that, as in the shopkeep here, because otherwise he might step on it if he comes back later this evening for something.
But would he enter? Would the shopkeeper enter through the window?
No, probably not. But it's just a risk.
It is.
Depends on how much. I mean, it would be very painful for them.
The
But
window
we
is
can-
my door.
Is it?
No, I'm just
Okay,
just
okay,
making
yeah.
a joke.
Okay. What do you
Mm.
think, Rain? Do you think we should let him in on this, or we should try some other way?
I think if someone has already come through the window, then again, surprisingly unlocked, which again is odd. But that aside, maybe okay, maybe we don't inform them. We leave one bear trap at the door and one bear trap within the barn. I'll also wait in the barn for someone to come in, and we just tell this Shocky to hurry home tonight, and we'll be watching elsewhere or something. I'm not sure. We shouldn't let them in though, and we should just take the risk that they won't step near their window. But we should not do it now. Wait until it's after hours.
I agree. I certainly agree. And we thank this merchant for the tour of his place and head.
Thank you for your business. Keeps things moving.
Thank you.
We'll be back for the other pair of crampons when we can.
I'll make sure to have them.
Okay, so I guess we'll just leave now.
Mhm.
And then probably. Well, there's nothing else for us to check, so I guess we'll inform Max of our plan, which is to leave a bear trap both within the barn, like in the middle, say near one of the pens, and then one outside the window of this place after the shopkeeper's left. And then I'd like to wait in the barn,
Okay.
and then I
I
don't
would
know what.
say with all the shopping and all the investigating, going here and there, back and forth, it is late in the afternoon, not quite night yet, but it's getting there.
Okay, I mean, we
I'll
also
go
to put the fake lock on, or real lock, I guess.
You're calling Max's
Max has
word
created.
fake.
How fucking dare you?
The real fake lock.
Disrespectful.
I'm assuming he's put some phantasmal stuff on it as well. But yeah, we want to put that on the door with like a chains or whatever. You can use my manacles if you want. And then, or just fit it around the door. Then I'll wait inside, set out the bear trap in the middle. This is like, after people are going in. So we'll wait until basically everyone's closing up to settle in for the night. And set the two traps up, one outside the door of that place and one in here. And then, I don't know what you guys want to do.
I will be in the speaker's house.
Okay.
Keeping him company.
With maybe you can stay there, and then either Brutus can be with me or Max or you. I don't know how that's.
Brutus would stay at the Northern Light, I would say.
Okay. So we've all got our spots. Max, where are you staying?
Actually, let's put Brutus in the hook, line, and sinker.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably just chill with Brutus then, because that's a pretty central location.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, and set up all of my various alarms all over the town.
So
Maybe
at
we should mark where
nightfall,
they are or something.
Yeah, that'll
at
probably be-
nightfall, you would put your alarms in what locations?
Let's just say I spent an hour, so I can get like 6 of them. I'll just do one on the barn, speaker's house, Northern Light. Where else?
Frozen for
You got
expedition.
the first and first expeditions. You
Yeah,
got the hook,
yeah.
line, and sinker.
On there,
the
so don't really worry too much about that. I can do one more.
the ruin pyre, the ruin keep.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the one you just mentioned. I'll just say 5.
5.
That'll be 55 minutes.
Okay, yeah, pretty much an hour.
Yeah. 5 minutes to get back. And yeah,
Then we wait.
I think this would be yeah. We wait, I guess. I was gonna say it'd be a good place to stop because I have to go soon.
yeah,
Mhm.
same.
Yeah, it is a good place because I would say for what's coming, we would need everyone to be here, or not everyone, but like I would like
Wait, what's coming? I thought nothing was gonna happen.
I would like to have old players because don't like when people miss out on things.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're set up and ready to go. I just want to point in, if I'm alone in the barn, what I want to do is walk up the ceiling and wait in the rafters, like
Mm.
like near the door.
Yeah. There's definitely a few wooden what do you call those? The
Rafters?
Just
It
rafters,
is
rafters.
Is it called a rafter? Okay, yeah, I would say there's
Rafter,
wooden
rafter, or-
rafters.
Yeah, I want to climb up there and just sit there with my bow and wait to see if anyone comes in.
And I guess I'll
Okay,
just
so
be
you're
working
waiting
on
alone at the barn.
In the barn, yeah,
Brutus is at the hook, line, and sinker.
with
Max,
Max.
are you staying with him?
Yeah, and I guess while we're just waiting for something to happen, if I have like, I'll just start pulling out my tinker's tools and making some more like gnomish little things.
All right. And Martok, where are you staying at?
Speaker's house.
He's in the speaker's house.
At the speaker's house. Okay. And we will retake it next week from here.
Yay!
Cool.
Thank you guys for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
All right.
for DMing.
Thanks.
Very
Yeah.
cool progress.
Finally, we've got back to a session
Yeah.
Oh,
after like a month or something.
yeah, I will do my best to keep it consistent because before that month